And it's kind of funny because everybody's like, oh my God, I got to get it here. And I'm just like, why? Like, it's awesome. I never thought of it being people like, I just got to leave home and whatever. But no, I have family here, which held me here for sure. So I was very lucky to have my parents here and my sisters and brother and their family. And we all are still here. So that's one big thing. And then just the community, just the love and support from everybody. And just knowing it's different because I was born and raised here, but I do know a lot of people kind of how you are too. Yeah. But I do put myself out there as well. But yeah, just running into people, seeing people from everywhere. And then now I have a lot of people that we graduated with, went to school with, that are moving back here. And I was like, I told you. You're coming back. Yeah. So yeah. And raising.
Because it's opportunity.
Yeah, there's so much opportunity. If you're wanting it, you can find it. So yeah.
Your family has been, you have been so involved in the community. Where did that come from? Where did that desire to make Lloydminster a better place come from?
My parents, for sure. They were involved in the community wherever they could. My dad was the big restore guy. That's kind of where they ran the bowling alley for many, many years. And I just seen the love that they received and they gave to everybody. And I just want to do that too. And then, and Deanna too. She's a big, and like my whole family, but Deanna is big involved in through the paper and when we were there. And yeah, she's one of my biggest mentors. So yeah, I want to be like her.
That's pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. I don't think my younger brother is saying I'd like to be like her. Nobody.
I doubt that.
Yeah, especially when it comes to the hairline. But Evan, when you first realized you're going to be coming to Lloydminster, you're going to take the job at 1061.
Yep.
What did you know about Lloyd? What were you thinking?
Well, it's interesting. We actually, as a family, moved here in 91. We moved from Winnipeg. That's where my mom was from. I was born there. But then 2 months in, my dad got a job. It was Agri-Futures, I think at the time, just on the outside of town. And he was there. And so we moved here, and I lived here for about 5 years. And then he got a job and transferred to Slave Lake, Alberta. So for the first 5 years of my life, Lloyd was actually my home. And I remember living here. Like, you're young enough, but you still are old enough to remember some things. So I had known what this place was because it was an early part of my childhood. I don't know if you knew that story or not.
I didn't.
But yeah,
no, I didn't know you were here.
Keep the cards close to the chest. But when you texted me, I'm like, well, I'll share that story.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
So what year would that have been that you lived here 5 years?
1990 to 95.
Okay. So
yeah.
Which school did you go to?
Oh, I went to, is it St. Joe's? Like, it's right by...
There's both, St. Thomas or St. It would be St. Joe's because St. Thomas I don't think was here.
It's right by the Catholic Church. I'm going to...
St. Joe's.
St. Joe's. Yeah, so that's where I went. Yeah. We lived right there. Like, I would walk to school. Yeah. My mom showed me a picture of me in kindergarten in front of that school, and like every once in a while I'll take my boys and we'll drive by that part of town. I'll say, hey, I used to live in that house. Like, I remember riding my bike up and down this street. I remember the kids down in that house. Like, I remember these things. And they're like, oh, you lived in that house, Dad? Well, that's weird because our house is over here.
Because, you've always lived in our house, right?
Yeah, they just don't get it. So, like, time is a weird concept to kids.
It is.
So that we moved away, though, because my dad got a job and we moved away. So fast forward, it's 2017, and my wife's a teacher. She's poking around. We've got our first kid. He's 2 months old. And Vista says, hey, there's a job opening. Do you want to come work at the Goat? Because I was working for the company in Grand Prairie. And I said, yeah, sure. My wife's family's actually in the area. My wife grew up in St. Vincent, so just outside of St. Paul. So it was awesome for us to think about, like, instead of a 6-hour commute with a newborn, which would probably be 8 or 9 hours, to 1.5 hour drive, 2 hour drive.
Yeah.
So that was the first catalyst of why we wanted to come back. And we both knew what we were getting into because she's from the area. She remembered going to the swimming pool as a kid. That's what you did when you were in St. Vincent, right? There wasn't a lot of stuff to do in St. Paul. Yeah. So you would drive to Lloyd on the weekend and get your school supplies, and then you would go to the swimming pool and kick tires a little bit, right? Yeah. So we both knew what we were getting into. Funny enough, when we moved here, the catalyst was family. And then less than a year later, all the family moved away. And I was like, is it us?
Yeah.
Like, did we do something wrong here? But it just ended up being her family, farmers.
Yeah.
Perfect opportunity. They were getting towards the age where they're like, we don't want to do it anymore. Like, it's just a crazy, like, perfect lifestyle. She equates everything that she is and her values, my wife, to farming, and I can see that in her, and I see that in our kids, and it's just a special thing. But they sold the farm, and then they moved to Stony Plain. So we were like, hey, well, that's cool. We moved here for family. You guys are all like, peace out. We're out of here. And so
not too far,
yeah,
but
it's still okay. So, I mean, family was number one. Opportunities. My wife has a French background. Tons of opportunities in the education space here in Lloyd. So I think that's also something we have to highlight is culturally, the languages. There's a ton of people here and a bunch of amazing opportunities, like you said, Ashley. But so for us, it was career, family, also having a bit of a history and heritage to this place. That's what brought us back. And now we've been here since 2017, and we've had 2 more boys on top of our first boy. And those 2 boys were born in the Lloyd Hospital. And like we've had some stuff in our family that's gone down. Like our oldest Jack, he's a type 1 diabetic, and he was diagnosed at the Lloyd Hospital, right? And so I have vivid memories of my boys being born there. I have vivid memories of the respiratory therapist coming in with our middle guy because he wasn't breathing, and just like the staff there, and everybody just so on point. And you think about like, you know, giving birth or starting a family in a major city, and people are like, this is where you got to be because it's that's where the tech is, and all this
the technology,
stuff. And I would say to that, or anybody who's watching, Lloyd had it in spades. And so that's goosebumps for me. Yeah, so I think about family, I think about tradition, I think about opportunity, but I also think about the professionals that are here that still every day show up for the community, especially on the health side. So that's super important to me.
Cupcakes for Gary sounds like a nomination coming in.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, it could be for your wife, could be for you. Like you guys have to do a lot with your youngster too, right?
Yeah, it's, I mean,
Jack.
Take a quick second on the platform. Like people don't really understand diabetes, and I think that's something that I've taken on as a guy in Lloyd to share that message because it's a beast. It's a complete beast. And this kid's the strongest kid. I know it was his birthday yesterday. Shout out Jack. He's 8. So I'll continue to bang that drum and just continue to talk about it. And I don't know if people in Lloyd, because there's people with juvenile diabetes in town, and a lot of people don't realize that, and the families kind of aren't really connected. So if you see this and you are someone who has a kid with diabetes, reach out. We like to get together and we like to prop that up. But it's tough. It's a huge health journey. There's a ton of cost to it. It's like a moving target. Some people say like the wind could blow a little bit differently and he'll just have a completely different day. So I appreciate the platform to talk about it for a second. I really do. Yeah.
Brynlee, I know when I talked to you briefly at the Canadian Brew House the other night, and now here at, it's great to see you back at Border City Furniture. We're taking full advantage of you being in town, but you've actually moved away. You live in Meadow Lake now. So, but you were telling me at the brew house, it's great to come back.
Yeah, we kind of take up the chance to make the road trip to Lloyd every chance we get. It seems like I'm here more often than not. I work at a school in Meadow Lake, so I have my normal 5-day work week, and then Friday I'm off by 4 o'clock and I'm on the road and I come and visit my mom and my sister, and I'm happy to be in town again, and I go to the Viking Strength gym because I love it, and it's all painted nicely and they have all the machines I like.
Shout out.
Yeah, and I go to all my favorite places and visit with my family, and the park. We love taking the dogs to Bud Miller, and just all the facilities, all the amenities, everything in Lloyd is just so appealing, even down to just the little things where it's like, oh, the grass is all cut. The plants downtown, like everything's just manicured and feels like a nice community. And then of course it's nice when, you go grocery shopping and half the people in the store and you're happy to see people, and it's all those little things, and like you said, the community here, and if you want to be a part of the community, it's very easy to get into, and you can go from I wasn't born here, my family's not from here, we really didn't have any connection to Lloyd. We moved here because my parents bought Endus Furnace Cleaning, so we came here when I was 4 from Edmonton, and I feel like we've spent our whole lives here because my mom knows everybody, my dad knows everybody. If you want to be a part of the community here, it's available, it's open to you.